Hey, Steve Gamache here. This is part 2 of my Olivewood handle project. So I bought, because the performance was so great from the price performance ratio, I bought 2 of these Itto uh, Shirogami knives. I bought the Nakiri and the 210 Gyuto, and the performance of these things is great. So the basic handle that came with it was the kind of the cheapy burnt chestnut with plastic ferrule. So I bought a piece of nicely figured olive wood and thought I would do a couple handles. So this is part 2, so I won't go through every little procedure, but this is the second handle. So this is on the Nakiri, and this one actually turned out even a little bit nicer. The way I got to work it out on the first one, the figure was on the side opposite, kind of a lefty that I wanted it on. So this one I did a better job of fitting the handle in terms of drilling and shaping the interior cutout for the rat tail tang, and so I ended up getting it figured on the side I wanted it to. So it turned out pretty nice. I was pretty happy with this. As I said, I did a little better job on the drilling and shaping, although the actual opening was a little bit larger than I wanted. But anyway, I did a little finer and a little bit better job sanding this one and shaping it. So I took it to a 600 grit and took my time a little bit more on grit to grit. And almost like when you're doing a knife, you can kind of see the scratch pattern disappear as the new grit, finer grit comes in. So I got a little bit better finish on this one and a little smoother finish. And so the install on the actual handle could be a little bit better, but I'll work with it. I got this nice and straight on the knife, so it's straight as far as this goes and as far as left to right goes, so it's not canted either. So this one ended up being even straighter than the last one, so I think it turned out pretty nice. So between the two of these, I like the effect. And as I mentioned in the previous video, the olive wood was quite a bit heavier than the stock handle, which is very, very light. So on the Gyuto, it actually pulled my balance point back a little further than I wanted. I even shortened the handle a little from what I had it. On the Nakiri, being the blade is thicker and a little heavier, the balance point worked out real nice on this one. So, you know, it's actually right there, pretty darn close to my pinch grip, or just a touch in front for a little weight forward balance bias, which I like on this particular knife. So, yeah, really happy with it came out. I got to customize my distance here for my finger to fit right in there on a pinch grip, and so it worked out real nice. So anyway, there's a couple of custom olive wood handles. I can tell you one thing, next time I do one, I am going to have one of the makers, probably Carter, currently, since a couple people stopped making them, but Carter does some fabulous work, and I'm going to have him probably do my next handle get fancy with the multi-pieces and the spacers and all that. But anyway, so there's my custom handle project, olive wood on Itto Shirogami knives.